Before we get to the video, let's emphasize that all of the stories shared on this channel are real-life scary stories. That day, as I found myself alone at home walking down the corridor, I heard an unexpected sound, children's laughter. At first, I thought the sound was just in my head or perhaps coming from a radio. However, unable to pinpoint its source, I felt a strange unease creeping over me. The children's laughter emanating from the cupboard unsettled me. Since I lived alone, it was quite odd for such a sound to be present. I stood in the dark corridor, carefully scanning my surroundings, knowing well there were no children around. This realization started to worry me. I considered the possibility that the laughter was a figment of my imagination and tried to calm myself down. However, instead of fading away, the laughter seemed to grow clearer. I closed my eyes, held my breath, and listened intently to my surroundings. Yet, the sound only became more distinct. In the dark corridor, all I could hear were the children's laughter coming from the cupboard and the sound of my own heartbeat. A wave of fear began to rise within me. Not understanding where the sound was coming from filled me with a sense of unease. Finally, gathering my courage, I approached the cupboard. As I slowly opened the door, I saw nothing but ordinary items inside. However, at that moment, the laughter abruptly ceased. I realized I had been holding my breath and was now drenched in sweat. From that day on, even when alone at home, I felt a sense of discomfort. The children's laughter from the cupboard had felt so real that it lingered in my mind and soul. Perhaps it was a product of my imagination, or maybe it was a genuine paranormal experience. Nevertheless, the impact of that moment seemed to stay with me. This experience left me with a lingering sense of unease, even when I found myself alone at home. Even while moving around near the cupboard, I couldn't shake off the feeling of dread. Perhaps those children's laughter were just a trick of my mind, but the effect remained, haunting me. When I lay in bed at night, the echo of that laughter would stir within me, leaving me with a sense of melancholy and an inexplicable fear.